Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 146 of the Nigeria Football Weekly podcast. Me, host Olu Okay, and today I'll be, of course, reviewing the Nigeria Super Falcons' excellent quarterfinal game against Zambia, in which we utterly dominated and spanked the Copper Queens 5-0. Yes, you heard that correctly. 5-0. 5 unreplied goals to 0, which means that we've now booked our place in the final four of the competition, and we're now fighting for a podium finish at the very least. So at the moment, Nigeria was the first team to qualify for the quarterfinals of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations yesterday after a solid win, which I'll be reviewing quickly. We've also been joined by Morocco, who beat Mali 3-1 last night at 8 o'clock. We will know who our semi-final opponents will be by the end of today. Today's Saturday, it's around like 12 o'clock. So later tonight, we'll see South Africa play Senegal in I think it's 8 p.m. kickoff. And whoever wins that game between South Africa and Senegal will be Nigeria's opponents in the semi-final. Of course, if you remember the last WAFCON for the women's, it was actually won by South Africa. So if we're looking at it from a revenge perspective, obviously, we would rather play South Africa. It would be nice to get revenge. But the semi-final will be on Tuesday, 5 p.m., 22nd of July. And of course, we'll be doing a preview episode once we know who Nigeria's opponents will be for that game. But in the meantime, let's bask in the glory and the joy of the 5-0 destruction. So, Nigeria starting lineup, quite a few changes as expected to the team. I think the back line picked itself as we expected with Onadozie in goal, Osinachi Ohale and Demehi as the centre-back pairings, Ashley Plumpton and Alozie as the full-backs. We saw Ayinde come back into the team, so Halimatu Ayinde started and Jennifer Echegini and Ajibade both started as, you could say, number 10s. But if I'm being honest, in this game, we saw Ajibade on the wings a lot more, which is why she was a lot more effective in today's game and was good to see. Also, we saw Estelle Okoronkwo start through the middle with Ehezuo also starting after her good performances so far in the tournament. And then we saw Folashade Jamilusi also start in this game. To be fair, this was an excellent game for the Super Falcons. Like, honestly, all our worries and fears from the group stage games about attacking cohesiveness and just being able to be clinical in front of goal and really take your chances were put to bed. This was a absolutely fantastic display. In fact, if you look at the Super Falcons or the Super Eagles, in the past 10 years, this must be one of the best performances we've seen from either of our national teams. When you consider the context of the game, the level of the opposition, the thoughts ahead of the game as well. You know, when you think about how we beat Ivory Coast in the 2013 AFCON quarterfinal, for example, those kind of games come to mind. You know, when you really just see a team just really show their best foot forward, or where the Okocha-led team beat there was one time beat Cameroon 4-0 in AFCON 2004 when Osaze scored and made his in tournament debut. But you just remember some of these games where like Nigeria really show you who they are. And honestly, I just have to first give kudos to Super Falcons. Just absolutely brilliant. Magudo, the coach, shout out to you, man, because same way we criticize when we don't see things going well, we must praise you when we see things come to fruition. And honestly, he got his tactics absolutely spot on. This is a match Nigeria dominated from front to end. We had 11 shots in the whole game, so a lot more selective with our shot taking and not taking pot shots or really low XG chances. You know, we had 7 shots on target from these 11 shots, just to show you the difference in efficiency and intensity in this game, and also taking shots from the right areas. Our hosts, on the other hand, to be fair, they had 6 shots, 0 on target. Even the fact that they have 6 shots, honestly, watching the game, it didn't feel like 6. We absolutely dominated them. And Nadozie didn't have anything to do in this match. Even though we even had less possession, less passes, but we were just clinical with all our opportunities. I mean, like, honestly, just wonderful. From the opening minutes, this was a drubbing. Literally, first minute of the game, Okoronkwo. By the way, shout out to Estelle Okoronkwo, man. Footballer. Like, what do you mean she just scored her first goal of the tournament and she has 4 assists? I love the fact she's wearing number 6 safe and she's an attacker, because you can just tell she's a maverick, man, in a great way. And honestly, she has to be called out for her performances. He has well as well. third goal of the tournament as well. By the way, I didn't even mention the goal scorers. We had Okoronkwo score, Ijamilusi scored, Ihezuo scored, and the two centre backs, Demehi and Ohale, both scored as well. So set pieces, utter domination. In terms of the free kicks we had only 2 corners, but any free kick we had that was indirect, we took big advantages of it. So first minute of the game, Okoronkwo won a free kick. She took the free kick herself, delivered a cross straight to Osinachi Ohale's head, who was on mark to score the header. The Zambia, exactly what we previewed in the preview game about the Zambians' defense frailties and how we could use set pieces to overcome them. And honestly, in the air we finished them. It was an absolute demolition on all aspects. Second minutes already were 1-0 up. Ohale scored, fantastic goal. 6 minutes again, Okoronkwo had a shot saved. Banda had her first shot for Zambia in the 18th minute, but was off target. We then saw another Okoronkwo free kick in the 21st minute. But Hazel could not make a clean contact, so she headed it wide. 28th minute, we saw Demehi get a yellow card, which probably was deserved. Third minute, Ajibade then crossed from the left to score. So this was our second goal. Ajibade crossed the ball from the left. To show you how bad Zambia's defense is, Okoronkwo had time to chase the ball, let the ball bounce, and then use her left foot to smash it into the bottom left corner with a fantastic goal, and I loved her celebration. So shout out to her. Then in the 45th minute of the game, just before halftime, Nigeria then made it 3-0. Chiamaka Nnadozie launched the ball up in the air, and then we saw the Zambian defenders just failed to clear the ball. I think Ajibade got ahead to it, and the next thing you know, the ball drops in front of Ihezuo, who's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and finishes smartly with her left foot, which was our third goal of the tournament and Nigeria's third goal on the day. So by halftime, it was already 3-0. Game is done and dusted. But you know what I love about the Super Falcons? They did not relent. Second half, they say, we're going to show you. Zambia, they say you are one of our rivals, our main potential rivals for this cup. We will show you who's boss, who's really the Falcon of this whole thing. And honestly, second half, we were fantastic again. We saw Sikiratu Issa come in for Chinwedu Ihezue on the 65th minute. And then 7th minute, Ajibade was fouled. 68 minutes, yet another free kick. Okoronkwo floated the ball into the box, and Tosin Demehi was unmarked. The header kind of came off her shoulder, but it didn't matter. Straight to the back of the net, 4-0. Like, honestly, we're just playing with these guys, to be honest, these footballers, to be honest. 74th minute, triple substitution. We saw Okoronkwo, Ayinde, and Echegini come off for Azizat Oshoala, Deborah Biodu, and Christy Uchebe to just see the game out as well. 91st minute, as if we're already 4-0 up, but there's still energy. Alozie gets the ball, plays a through ball to Ajibade, captain. Ajibade still has energy. She plays a low cross through the far post, literally for Jamilusi, who just had to touch the ball into the net. He even hit the bar. I'm not sure she was even, she was too close. She couldn't miss it anyway. And that was how we thrashed these guys 5-0, honestly. So proud. Just want to say, Super Falcons, we go bow for the result too. Honestly, bow for the results, man. You guys are fantastic, man. And God bless you for the joy you've given to Nigerians this weekend as a result of your win yesterday. So overall thoughts on the game, that's more like it. Super Falcons for a reason. 9 wins out of 12. 9-time champion out of 12 tournaments. We even have 11 championships in total, to be honest. So this is more like what we expect from the team. Very far from the 2-1 prediction. I was even saying he may go to extra time or penalties. But my God, am I glad to be wrong. Please remember, all of you that like to comment on YouTube videos and TikTok, I love Nigeria. I'm doing this on my platform for my own, just to help the country. That's how much I love Nigeria. I'm not the enemy. You see people tweet you like, did you see the result? Bro, I'm very, very happy. Please, let me be wrong. Let it be 5-0 every day. So very, very happy to be wrong, please. Very, very clinical in this game. We have to shout out Super Falcons or whatever Maguru put into them ahead of this quarterfinal. One thing I like about the Nigeria spirit is like when the going gets tough, that's how we like it. If it's too easy, we don't like that. Same thing with Super Eagles. Once you see them in WAFCON or when we're playing like teams that are our level, all of a sudden they'll rise. So maybe it's just a trait we have, So very, very fantastic to see. Honestly, the way we capitalized on Zambia's defense and frailties, you have to give the manager credit. Like there clearly was some tactical plans where we looked at their weaknesses, especially their centre backs and their defense as a whole, and also realized our aerial prominence. I think everybody was excellent. From Ashley Plumpton again, just dominating aerial balls. Deme and Ohale very, very solid. Nnadozie was very composed with the little she had to do. You know, the midfielders also solid, winning balls back, the recoveries, playing the balls into space, into touch for the forwards and the wingers to do their thing, you know. A lot more accurate balls in the right moments, even though our passing accuracy was down. But the right moments, we made the right decisions and the right crosses. So that was amazing. So shout out to them for how clinical they were. We have to shout out Star Koroko especially again. Probably our player of the tournament so far. 1 goal, 4 assists. She's just incredible, man. I can't believe she's 28. Where has she been? But my God, what an X-Factor player to have in your ranks, you know. And what I love about Nigeria the most in terms of our talent pool with women is we're not like some other countries that have to rely on star players. If Oshola is not doing well, Onumonu is not doing well, Ihezu did there, Okoroko did there, Risola Babaji did there. We even have that attacker from America that plays in America that is 20 that could have played for Malawi, Choma Okafor. We haven't even launched that one. So when it comes to options, I mean, let's be honest, one-eyed man is king in the land of the blind. As far as African women's football, Nigeria is still the top dog, man. My God, I love this kind of result that just reminds everybody of their place in the hierarchy. So fantastic. We also have Shada Rashida Tajibade. I think she was a tireless workhorse. You know, she has still played every minute of every game in this tournament as well. You know, she was named man of the match, which I think was a bit, it should have been Esther Koroko. I don't really understand who the hell is voting this man of the matches. But she played well anyway. I love how well we kept Barbara Banda and Kundanaji quiet. I thought our defense was excellent. That means we now have 4 games and 4 clean sheets. We are yet to concede a single goal in this tournament. And now is just having a good time. And long may it continue, you know. South Africa, Senegal, or anyone come. If we can deal with Zambia, we can probably deal with you too. So, but I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves or get too cocky yet. But obviously, confidence and momentum is always a great thing for the Super Falcons and the team, especially in tournament football. But of course, let's calm our expectations down and let our feet remain on the ground. Let's not get overconfident or cocky, because that's when mistakes happen. You know, like as I said already, we'll be facing defending champions South Africa or Senegal next, who we can beat, but we have to respect every opponent, as will be a semi-final and it's the business end of the tournament. But of course, we're very, very confident. I think it's very likely we'll play South Africa as they're facing Senegal, who are one of the 3rd place finishers. But tell us in the comments who you like to face. Do you think South Africa will get the job done tonight against Senegal? I will do a preview for the South Africa game specifically, probably tomorrow or Monday, because the game is on Tuesday. But of course, give me your thoughts, give me your expectations. I'm gladly wrong, but let me know who your player of the game was as well, and any standouts that you think I may have missed in my analysis. But just wanted to shout out the girls again and shout out the team for an excellent display. You know, bringing so much joy and, you know, continue to fly the flag high for Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So we'll watch out for the game tonight. Really, really excited to see who we end up facing. And long may the good vibes and the joy continue. But until next time, I've been host Oluoke. I want to shout out every single listener. Thanks for continuing to run it up. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to do our best, continue to bring you this content which you deserve. So take care, enjoy the football games, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Nigeria Football Weekly. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to get a notification whenever we drop a video. You can also find our social media channels listed below. And of course, up Super Eagles and Nigeria, no they ever carry last.